do, the main thing is that there are certain things which are considered to be the tools to get good placement, like your introduction. This is the first step. Second, your capability to participate in group discussion. Third, your skills to draft very good resume and justify your resume at the time of your interview. This is very good, and these are very helpful things. So we will be focusing again and again on the similar things. We will try to introduce some book also that is under process, under discussion. Already, I think you have done Connect the Dots, and one book that is Wings of Fire by APJ Abdul Kalam, our late president. So these things will be there, although the book will be different, but certain other things will also be there which you have not done, like the topic of what is your goal in life and how you wish to achieve it, what type of efforts you will be making to achieve this type of achievement in your life. Let us move on to functional English. 3 is taught in your 5th semester. The basic outline is that this particular area is for 50 marks. It is considered to be a practical subject. So you are expected to perform 5 different kinds of activities for which you are given 10 marks each for the activities. Marks can be based on your activities, tests, presentations, class performances, online class polls attempted by you, and of course, the attendance of the classes attended maybe through online, and if time permits, offline procedure, also depending upon the circumstances, and the college instructions received from time to time in this concept. All these parameters shall be binding on all the students. All of you, those who had been with me, must be very clear about my nature and my attitude towards my classes, that I do not compromise on anything. So any type of lame excuse for not attending the classes, for not participating in activities, for not completing the works, giving the excuses that there was a problem of connection, there was network disability. So these things I don't accept. So if you want to get through in this paper, in this particular area, you need to complete 75% of your attendance. And attendance means minimum 90% of the time in your class. I will calculate the time and only then mark your attendance in the register. If your time is less than 90% of the time utilized by me, you will not be given the attendance of that particular lecture. I think it should be very clear. So first point is, attendance in my class means that 90% of the utilization of your time. If your time utilization is less than 90%, you will not be given any credit for that attendance. Second thing, minimum 75% of attendance, your lectures, that must be there. If you do not attend 75% of the lectures in my class, you may not be allowed to clear this paper, because I will be grading you accordingly. Third major thing is, if you do not perform your activities, there is a time to perform the activity. When one activity is over, you will not be given any other chance. You may be requesting time and again, but I will not permit you to reappear for that activity, because I will be uploading your marks at the same time when I will be completing the activity. So at the end, there may be a problem for you. If you want to be away from these problems, if you want that you should not face any difficulty in my classes, you should not face any difficulty in my subject area in clearing it, or at you want that you should get very good scores in your activities, then you need to be prepared, particular and consistent in your performance in all the 5 areas which will be designated to you for your practical evaluation. So this subject will work on the basis of continuous evaluation system. 5 activities, 10 marks for each activity, plus your clearance in the paper is subject to 75% of attendance in your classes and 90% of utilization of time in each of the classes. So this is about the subject. So according to the timetable that I have received, you will have class alternative weeks. This week you have the class, next week you will have aptitude class, and again next week we will have class for functional English. So this process will go on till the end of the semester. What is now the objective of this subject? Why college has thought that in first semester English is there, in second semester English is there, then what is the need that why we should have it in the third semester, in fourth semester, in fifth semester, and then in sixth semester also? What is the motive? What is the objective? What is the idea behind it? After going through this, what the college feels, all the students should be able to. What are the areas where you should find the improvement? You should be able to improve communication skills. This is the first thing, first advantage that the college feels that the students should have. Second is to revise basic grammar. Grammar is an integral part of the English subject wherever it is taught, in any mode it is taught, under any name it is taught. It may be as general English, it may be as professional English, it may be as functional English, it may be as communication skills, it may be as business communication, or whatever it may be. You may give any name to it, but the course curriculum includes the similar type of things. So first advantage that we wish you should have is to improve communication skills. Then the second is you should be able to, at every step, revise certain things of grammar, the grammar components, which are helpful for your spoken as well as your written English. To build confidence, it's a very important and vital area. Tomorrow, if you wish to go for placement, apart from having good communication skills, you need to have good confidence level. Only then we can perform well. Only then we can influence our employer that we are the right kind of candidate who should be given employment and who will be able to fight out all types of difficulties, will be ready to face all types of challenges in the job. To empower soft skills. Soft skills are those skills which help us to adapt in a group, in an atmosphere where we are working, like controlling the anger with the subordinates, with the juniors or with the seniors. This is one of the soft skills. Polite, cool, comfortable, invitable behavior with the fellow friends, with the fellow colleagues, with the seniors, with the juniors at the workplace is a soft skill. Keeping an aptitude of work so that we can adjust very coolly, very comfortably in the group activities, in the group working, this is soft skills. So these types of skills are called soft skills. So soft skills are related basically to our behavior, our behavioral part. with which we are able to adjust in a particular environment. And what is particular environment for a professional? Where he is working. This is a particular environment. So the particular qualities related to our behavior which help us, which support us to adjust in an atmosphere at workplace and behave well with the others are called soft skills. To enhance the comprehension and usage of English in various situations. Comprehension means be able to understand the spoken part in English of the others. At the same time, able to understand the written text. So when you are in job, you are having so many types of emails, you are having so many types of notices, you are having so many types of legal and professional documents. If your English is not good, you are not able to understand all these things, how you will be able to act according to the instruction? It is next to impossible. For settlement, knowing the work is not sufficient. This is one part. Knowing your job well is one part only. You are a very good worker, you are very skilled, you are very efficient, you are efficient in planning, you are efficient in machines, you are efficient in computers. It doesn't mean that you are a good worker. Overall good worker means that you have these qualities also. Just a moment, I want to allow certain students who have used correct format. Yes, we resume this session. Next is to enhance comprehension and usage of English skills both ways. That is reading skills, writing skills, and speaking skills. Why you read comprehension skills? Because we need to decode different types of documents. We need to read so many things to improve our skills. We need to go through so many types of legal formalities. We need to go through so many types of legal agreements. So if our English is not good, we are not able to understand the content. And let us suppose you do not understand the content and you sign some document, it will be legal binding on you and on the company also where you are working. So usage of English in understanding the things, usage of English in expressing the things in various situations, that is the objective of this subject. To polish overall personality of the students. Now, personality is something which is an ornament to a profession. If you want to get into some job, your personality plays a vital role at the entry level and even at the working level. And polishing of the personality comes through these subjects to prepare for placements. When you have good personality, when you have good spoken skills, when you have good comprehension skills, when you have good knowledge about the subject, when you have good knowledge about the area for which you are expert, when you are able to demonstrate good confidence, when you are able to demonstrate good soft and hard skills, then what is left behind? It means this subject working through these parameters has prepared you for the placement. So this is all about the objectives of this subject. So if we take interest and feel that apart from our other professional areas of study, these two areas, that is aptitude uh, in mathematical skills and understanding of the good areas of communication skills and improvement in these areas, then we are able to get good placement. This concept should be very clear. You should be able to understand very well about these things. So we must pay a similar type of attention to this subject as we are giving attention to the other subjects. Introduction to the functional English 3. What type of contents can be there that we will have in our journey of this semester? Self introduction, that is again professional introduction. It will be more focused, more specific, more goal oriented. So we will try to see all these things. Second is non-verbal cues, soft skills. Somebody's microphone is open. Please do not create disturbance, maybe knowingly or unknowingly. Keep your microphones off. Non-verbal cues, we will not be discussing specifically because a number of times these things have been part of our discussion in first semester, second semester, third semester, fourth semester. We will also be again discussing fifth semester. We are discussing the same things. So time to time, we will be focusing on all these things. Job application resume. This is a very vital area. This is very vital area. Yes, we will not be discussing the non-verbal part of communication as a number of times it has been discussed. Definitely attitude building and soft skills I would like to discuss with you because these are very important skills for your adjustment into the atmosphere. Job application, resume, CV, all the framing of all these documents is very important because we observe sometimes when we are making the selections of the candidates that they are not able to develop a good resume. So resume is always an entry point. If you have a very strong resume, if you have a good resume, if you know each and every component of your resume, you draft it well, you try to incorporate and include all types of information that is required on the part of your employer, then obviously your chances to get into the job are fairly bright. Group discussion. This is an essential part of your selection. The process starts with the depositing your application, then there is a written test, then the filtered students have to go through the process of group discussion, and only then you are called for the interview. So it is very important that we should understand the concept of group discussion and should be able to perform group discussion. We'll try to have a group discussion also so that we can see it. Although it's online, very difficult situation to you see execute a group discussion. We'll try to find out a way to find out 8-10 students who can perform group discussion, and that can set an example for all of you. So we'll look into this. Vocabulary building. Without vocabulary, it is not possible to develop your communication skills or English subject. So vocabulary building, grammatical components, identifying errors. It's again an integral part with which we have to go by. Employment quotient. Employment quotient is the area in which we try to understand how one student can be employable to study something, to graduate in some specific branch, or to postgraduate yourself in some specific branch. It does not ensure that you are an employable candidate. You become employable candidate only with a high employment quotient that I will try to discuss with you what are the essential components for employment quotient with which you can be placed. Any other area? So if you demand something that it should be done, or we at the apex level in the department decide that this particular book or course area should be incorporated or induced to you people in the functional English 3, that will be decided and conveyed to you.
हाँ समय हाँ
It's very I think upsetting that some of you are still making your mic on. It disturbs and it breaks the tempo. If I'll find, definitely I'll penalize. Be very particular in the class and do not on your mic under any circumstances unless until a particular student is asked to do it. The first concept that you have to perform is, after this class, you will receive a message in the group as to how your activity is to be conducted. Hopefully, you have to perform in self-introduction through video call, through video connectivity in the class itself. So we are working on that. The instructions for this will be conveyed to you as to what is required to be done at your part. So let us understand what self-introduction is. Self-introduction means introducing one's own self to other person or persons so that he, she, or they means multiple number of students are able to peep means look into, see into, peep into your intrinsic as well as extrinsic. Intrinsic means internal, extrinsic means external. Qualities that you have inherited. Inherited means acquired or developed, and the through the course, and of course are the overall glimpse of your personality. Self-introduction now is part of job science. Getting a job is also a science because it has adopted scientific methods of making recruitment of the students. So once again, I repeat the definition of this. Self-introduction means introducing one's own self to the other person or persons so that he or she or they are able to peep into your intrinsic as well as extrinsic qualities that you have inherited, acquired, or developed, and of course, are the overall glimpse of your personality. Self-introduction is now part of job science. So when you go for selection procedure, obviously you have to introduce yourself well. Introduction is the very first step with which the process of your introduction starts. With which the process of your introduction starts. Now, different teachers, different sources, different books. When you consult for the topic of self-introduction, you find varied ideas. My version can be different. My colleague's version can be different. If you refer to some internet source, it might give you some other idea. But in totality, at the end, if you visualize the things, you will find that it is one and the same thing, nothing different. When we are mentioning the components, someone may refer more number of components and someone may refer less number of components, but the key ingredients, they have to be there in every type of explanation. This is before you the list of the components, the headings, the subheadings you may call, which we should have in focus. But this frame can be increased or decreased. If you feel some of the points are not relevant to you, you can eliminate. If you feel that there is some point which is not mentioned in it, but you have a strong point for that, you can include. There is no hard and fast rule. This is not some mathematical or scientific formula which is established once by the scientist or mathematician and cannot be changed. It's nothing like that. Anything that appeals good to the other people in listening is good. It may be performed in any way. Maybe you follow the instructions that I gave you. Maybe you follow your own instructions. There is no question of that. It's ultimately a matter of being appreciated by the listener. It's a matter of being appreciated by the listener only. If your listener is good, if your listener is happy, you are well. It means you have performed well. I might give you certain tips. I might dictate you one introduction, which is very lavish, very beautifully drafted, very flowery and ornamental language is used. But the listener finds that there is too much of artificiality in it. Everything goes to the well. What is the fun of that? So anything which after presentation appeals to your listener, appeals to your observer, is good. And if it does not work, it's not good. So you can include or exclude any point of this list. But some points are integral parts of the self-introduction, which cannot be eliminated. Let us have a look at this slide. Name. Obviously, name of the candidate, very important. We have to give our official name. We have to give our official name. Sometimes the name which is written in the resume is different from the name that you are quoting. Like Ranjit Singh Dhaliwal. This is written in the resume. But when he speaks before the employer, he says, I am Ranjit Singh. He is not mentioning the caste which he has used. Why? It has to be there. So name, complete official name, which is used in your matriculation certificate, that is the authenticated version, that should be quoted. Location means where from you hail, where from you come. Your city, your place, of birth, your place of education, your place of establishment, your place of living, place of the settlement of your family, where your family is residing. Family. Some spotlight on the family. It's not that I should explain about my father, then I should explain my mother, then explain my elder sister, then explain my younger sister, then explain about my brother. They don't need the family history. Simply telling that we are a family of 4 members. My father, my mother, my younger sister, and myself, it's more than enough. They are not interested. What they are to do with the details of your family? They are concerned only with your details, not with the details of your family. Some people start explaining what their father is doing, what their mother is doing, the educational part of their sister or brother, or achievements of the family. They don't need, because they are not going to appoint the family, they are going to appoint you. They're not going to appoint the family, they're going to appoint you only. So look for this. Very important area is coming. So it means very less focus is required for your name, location, and family. Very brief. I'm Baljit Verma from Gurdaspur. Only small sentence explains everything. My name, it's telling. My location, it's telling. We are a family of 4. My father, my mother, my younger sister, and myself. That's enough. Nothing more, nothing less is required. More important, which gives you credit, is academics and professional qualification that needs elaboration. Yes, do focus it, do elaborate it, tell them the special things that you have done. Because this is a part related to your talent and quality. If you want to sell in your market, these are the areas which need to be very strongly developed. In academics, you have your academics right from 10th onwards. In professional qualification, you need to tell them what are the specialties that you have acquired as a part of your educational development. Profession, company, institution. If you are a fresher, then this is not relevant to you. If you are a professional, if you are not employed, then it is irrelevant to you. We can't say that I don't have any experience, I am a fresher. Why to say? If you don't have the experience, they understand it that you are a fresher. Even from your resume, from your biodata, it is clear that you have recently done your graduation. You have done your engineering. They are not fools who are interviewing you. They are interviewing hundreds of people. There is no need to exaggerate. Even from your resume document, which is lying before them on the table, they are able to make out so many things, because this is their profession to recruit people. Experience, if you have. If you are employed, maybe for 6 months, maybe for 1 year, then you need to quote it where you are presently employed, what is your designation, what kind of things you are handling, and what type of experience you have, so that we can correlate it with your further recruitment, that will you be good for them. Fun facts and hobbies. This is mentioned even on the internet, even in the books. And when we are telling you all these things in the first semester or second semester, we are asking you to quote this area also. But at this juncture of time, when professional introduction is required, you do not need to give it unless until it is helpful. It is contributory factor in your employment. If you are having a hobby, if you so let us suppose you have the hobby of reading newspapers, magazines, listening to the news, it is contributory factor because it is updating your knowledge. And you must quote it because they will be convinced at this point that you are a very learned person. You have the information, knowledge of each and everything. Because ultimately knowledge is the power. It's not the man who speaks, it's always the knowledge that speaks. Interview room में क्या कौन बोलता है? Are you speaking in the interview room? No. You are not speaking in the interview room. It's only your knowledge which is speaking in the interview. What you have accumulated over the years, only that is speaking. It's not the man who speaks, it's always the knowledge that speaks. If you have some hobby, if you have developed some taste, which is giving you something in addition to your education and obviously helpful for your recruitment, then must mention it. You have done courses on different types of computer languages. Let us suppose you are computer expert. Do mention it because every employer, every organization needs the computer skills. You may not be computer science engineer, but if you have the skills in computer, you must mention. Even if you are going for electrical or electronics engineering, you must be needing all these tools. Because where from the knowledge, where from the efficiency, where from the competency will come if you do not know the computers? Where from the information will come? Fun facts. Somebody says, I have developed a hobby of gardening. How good it is due to professional areas. वो आपसे फूल नहीं लगवाने वाले हैं कंपनी में. They're not going to ask you to ornamentalize their gardens in the company. They are to get potential work out of you. No need to mention that I'm a good driver. No need to mention that I'm expert in fabric painting. No need to mention that I love to develop poems. What they are going to do with all these things? These are not professionally contributing for your growth. These are for your entertainment. These are for your relaxation. These are associated with your personal life, domestic life, not professional life. Don't quote these things. No need to quote fun facts and hobbies if these things are not related to your profession. If you have some hobby, if you are doing something out of habit, which is associated with your professional growth, then must mention it. They will give you credit for this. Special achievements, if any. If you have some credit in your life, must mention it. Goal of life. Mentioning your goal in the introduction at professional level when you are presenting yourself for placement, it gives an idea to the employer as to what type of future working you will be having, what type of efforts you will be making you to reach at a particular point of career. To mention it. Philosophy of life, what kind of person you are. Are you honest? Are you hardworking? Are you very much strict to time? So these are the kind of things which you can quote. Then end part or concluding statement. This is the last line when you conclude your. You can say, sir, this is enough about me. Or you can say that this is all what I know about myself, so that we can conclude it somewhere. And Gesture of thanks, you must thank the people who have listened to you, who have paid attention to you. जिन लोगों ने आपको इंटरव्यू बोर्ड के अंदर सुना है, you must be thankful to them. So give the concluding statement. Sir, this is all about. Thank you very much. Sir, this is all about me. With a pause, with a short break, thank you very much. So this is the way how we should present our self-introduction. Do's for self-introduction. Before this, we must complete 2 more polls as an essential part. Third poll is there. Yes, please hurry up. So the question was, self-introduction refers to special traits of personality and profile. Is it true? Yes, it's true. तो आप सबने इसको बिल्कुल सही आइडेंटिफाई किया है. Next poll is last one for today. In an interview or self-introduction presentation, never read the statement very carefully. In an interview or self-introduction presentation, never ever avoid when an opportunity is given. Fully agree, partially agree, fully disagree. Read the statement very carefully. In an interview or self-introduction presentation, never ever avoid when an opportunity is given. Fully agree, this is the right answer. Partially agree, I do not understand why the answer is partially agree. इसमें क्या सोचने वाली बात? When an opportunity is given in the introduction, in the interview, or at the time of presentation, then can we skip this opportunity? Not speaking, not utilizing this opportunity means negativity. You cannot be given any credit for this. So 92%. Quite disappointing that still 8% people are there who are not able to understand this concept. Who are not able to understand this concept. Smooth. Do's for self-introduction. What we need to follow. First is confidence. Without confidence, you cannot speak. Good command over language. You have the confidence, but you do not have good communication skills, you cannot speak. It's a combination of these two things. You need the confidence to speak, you need the English to speak. If you do not have the confidence, you have good English, you cannot speak. If you have good English, you do not have the confidence, again, you cannot speak. Controlled body language. You have confidence, you have good communication, but your control over body is not perfect, it's also negative. Because gestures are very important, non-verbal cues, very important, because observation is being made at that time, that how you are behaving. Clarity of thought. You have good communication skills, you have good personality, you have good confidence, but your thoughts are not clear. What do you want to say? All points must be clear and brief. Speak to the point, short. I am Baljit Verma from Gurdaspur. This is the shortest version. My name is Baljit Verma. I am 55 years old. I belong to the district Gurdaspur in Punjab. Is it make anything different? It is the same thing which I have already told. Try to focus on the meaning of the words. Minimum words, maximum meaning. Minimum usage of the number of words and maximum clarity of the meaning. This is the funda of effective communication skills. This is the fundamental of effective communication skills. Only relevant information, any information which is not related to your goal, which is not related to your personal achievement profile, that must not be quoted. Anything which is not contributing towards your success in the interview, why you are quoting that? Anything which is not going to help you for getting a job in the interview, why you are quoting that? Only the relevant information, to the point information, associated information, no beating about the bush. Idhar udhar ki baatein nahi. Include all those points which can help you to achieve your placement. Anything which is helpful must be quoted, must not be left. Always be ready for any type of situation at the time of the presentation. When you are presenting, there can be some problem of explanation. You can fumble, you can forget, you can lose confidence, but be prepared for all these things, that how you will be able to cover up these things. Make good practice of this activity before the mirror. Number of times we have already discussed with you, almost all the teachers must have told you that make a good practice at home. Ask your brother, ask your sister, ask your mother to listen. Go before the mirror, speak loudly, in full form. Feel that you are narrating yourself to somebody else. Only then this will be able to happen. Without exercise, without practice, without drilling, you cannot do it. If you want to really do it, simply use your mirror at home and go ahead. This is one video. I have uploaded this video. You can download it and see it, because today's session is over. Time is not there. Otherwise, I would have shown it. Or I will try to share you people in the group itself. I will share the PPT. I will share the video also, so that you can listen at leisure. Or you can go to the YouTube and see these kinds of videos. This is one example I have drafted for you, but today's session is over, so I may not be. Let me see. Yes, we have 2-3 minutes. So I quote this example. Please off your mobile. So off your mic. This is an imaginary format. I am also taking classes in computer science, so this is related to computer science. As far as qualification is concerned, you can make changes. Good morning, sir. अगर ज्यादा है तो good morning, sirs. Or if some lady is, good morning, madam. Good morning, good day, good afternoon, good evening. This is as per the time format which is available before you. I am Yogeshwar Rai from the holy city Amritsar, Punjab, India. This is one line and more than sufficient information. I can't squeeze it more. I don't have the talent. You can. Good morning is a gesture to greet. Finished. Simple one line, name and place. I am Yogeshwar Rai from holy city Amritsar, Punjab, India. District is there, state is there, country is there, everything is there in one small line. Born and brought up at Amritsar, but for the last few years, I have settled myself in Chandigarh for my career of prospects. So presently I am at Chandigarh. Why I am at Chandigarh? Because I want to search for my better career. That's why I have migrated from Amritsar to Chandigarh in pursuit of searching for a better career option, because Chandigarh is a better place to get good placement. BTech in CSE or EE or ECE or CE or ME, whatever you are, you can use that with distinction from Punjab Engineering College, Chandigarh. Aapka college bhi aa gaya. Distinction ka matlab you have got high grades. Mention karne ki there is no need, because your whole of the Janam Kundli is lying on the table of the interview board in the form of resume. Your Janam Patri in the form of resume is lying in front of the interview board, in which you have explained each and everything. What your scores are, what your date of birth is, what type of activities you have done, what type of experience you have, what type of job you had been doing, what type of goal you have. No need to mention all these things. I have completed course in Java, and you can relate it with your area of specialization. If you are a student of EE, you find out certain things which are helpful to you other than your education. If you are in ECE, try to find out the courses and skills that you can use to demonstrate that you are professionally more qualified. You have a professional edge over the other students. Like computer people are doing so many things like languages, Java, etc. In my family, I have parents. I have my parents and one younger sister. This can be at this place or in the beginning itself where you are quoting your name. You can shuffle these points as per your requirement. Presently, if you are experienced, if you are working, it must be quoted. Presently, I am working as a software engineer with US Computers Private Limited at Chandigarh. If you are not in service, then you don't need this. After this, hobbies. I have quoted special hobby of reading and told you that if your hobby is related to your profession, you must quote it, otherwise no need. My hobbies include reading, and I try to keep myself updated with the happenings around me. Sometimes I like to listen to my favorite songs and play. No need of. ये जो songs हैं इनकी बात करने की जरूरत नहीं. My cherished goal is to be distinctive engineer, to do something for my country. My philosophy of life, I had always been honest and trustworthy and continue to be the same. This is the special trait of my character. I am loyal, I am honest, punctual. These are all positive points. Since I do not have very lucrative desires, I simply want to lead a life of contentment where there is no lust. लालच नहीं है तो honesty भी है. My purpose of coming over here is to explore some really challenging opportunity to work for my professional satisfaction. Thank you all, the respected members. So that's all. So you can amalgamate it in any way you like. I have given you the full details, but only relevant details are to be picked when you present your self-introduction to me next week. You need to be specific. You need to be brief. You need to be professional. So it has to be a very compact, but a self-introduction with full details which are contributing to your profession. Very important messages for you. For achieving anything worthwhile in life, there is no shortcut, my dear students. This message is from my side. Every good thing in this world is priced. सब चीजों की कीमत है. Success is also priced and comes only through hard work. और इसकी प्राइस क्या है? हार्ड वर्क. और यू हैव टू पे इट, अदरवाइज कुछ नहीं होगा. सिंसेरिटी, डेडिकेशन, लेबर, इन्वॉल्वमेंट, कमिटमेंट, you have to generate these things. Thank you for your participation and patience. So thank you, my dear students. Thank you very much for being associated with me for such a long session. Thank you so much. Thank you. You can leave the meeting. You can leave the meeting.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.